Welcome, everybody, to We Geek Podcast. My name is Logan, joined by my good buddy Adam.
What up?
What's going on, man? Yeah, Adam's a little bit under the weather this week, so I'm gonna take the lead on this one here. But how was your week in brief?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
It was good, man. We talked last week about WrestleMania being fun. This week I've just been working, playing Persona, pretty much. Yeah, that's about it. Just I think it's the only like geeky thing I've done. Is pretty much play Persona 5, which I'll talk about a little bit later. It is the most Japanese of Japanese games you could ever play.
Nice.
Like it's fucking crazy how Japanese this game is. Absolutely insane. Yeah, like suddenly you're in school, you're trying to figure out balancing work and school and friends, and then suddenly you're in a different realm and there's a talking cat and you're a thief and you have these personas and it gets so fucking Japanese. So it's fun and weird. But that's pretty much what I've been doing. Today, we record this on Tuesday. I got the Thrawn Audible book. So I'm going to be diving into that this week, hopefully finishing it before Celebration this weekend. So that's kind of what I'm getting prepared for.
Dude, that's out? God, that was out this week, wasn't it?
It's out today, yeah, on
man.
Tuesday. So, I have Audible, so I think I have one or two, and I preset mine for one of them to be Thrawn,
Nice.
And then I woke up this morning, I saw it downloaded. Yeah, so I'm gonna dive into that because, of course, it's a Star Wars book, and Audible's fun with their Star Wars books because they have all the noise and the sound effects, and I'm trying to get just in Star Wars mode. I'm not in it right now just because WrestleMania was so much fun last week, so that's been taking up, that was just a blast, with Raw and everything. And then, and just I want to get in the mood for Star Wars. I want to get in the mindset of, just everything Star Wars. So it's pretty much what I'm doing right now, except my fucking tooth pain that I'm gonna have to take care of sometime this week. Yeah, but besides that, man, how's your week been?
It sucked. Everybody in Statesville decided to be cheap this week, so this episode will be hashtag tip the pizza guy, you cheap sons of bitches. It's just fucking terrible.
That sucks.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it sometimes. And it was weird. Last week was a good week. This week, not a good week. It's just, I don't know.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. I can't explain it.
They pay their taxes this week or something?
Oh, well, I mean, everybody files them and then they get money back. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Some people don't, though. Some people don't. They don't pay enough throughout the year. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. Damn.
I don't know.
Damn, man. That sucks.
But,
have you played anything, or?
Played a little of, I played some Parappa Remastered. And, I'll just do a quick review of that right off the top. I mean, it's the only thing that's different. It has trophies and the actual gameplay scenes are in HD. Like, that's it. That's all that's different.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, cool
that's
still,
funny.
But, not a big giant shift in anything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I downloaded the demo, but I think it's just the first song I played.
And then Braun flipped an ambulance, so, that was a good way to end the week. So.
Yeah, that was great.
That was amazing. I loved it.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy. That's probably up there as one of that's going to be his moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far, I mean, it was so over the top and so ridiculous and so cartoonish that it was the most brilliant thing they could have done.
Oh yeah, hands down. Oh yeah, no question.
Yeah, it was just fantastic, and like yeah, I couldn't tell if they were like, hey, we want to make Roman, give him sympathy, but it was just a total like that put Braun as the top guy.
Yeah.
It kind of it just fixed the last month or so of him being a coward. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I thought that was a blast. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. All
Oh
right,
yeah,
man.
but man, yeah, we talked about nothing but wrestling last week. Let's get into some movies.
Yeah, let's catch up. Let's catch up on the news that we didn't do last week. So we got a fairly packed show
Exactly.
this week.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh yeah.
yeah, we'll start with this was big news, and I know we mentioned it at the end of last week, and I think it kind of blew your mind a little that Joss Whedon is going to write, direct, and produce a Batgirl movie.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane.
I just
Yeah, like to go from Marvel to jump over to DC to do something like that, like that's awesome.
for sure, and this is exactly his wheelhouse too. Like this strong female lead
Hmm.
type. Like that's kind of what he made his career on. So good for him.
Yeah, apparently I read that they plan on doing like 3 Batman films to release within the same year. So like we're gonna have the Batman movie, we're gonna have Batgirl and something else within the like maybe Nightwing or something.
Nightwing,
They
yeah,
want to do it so it's like so it's like the year of Batman, which would be really cool. That'd be an awesome year for DC, for Warner Brothers movies. I think
yeah.
that'd be great.
That's not a bad strategy really, because they announced the Nightwing movie a couple
No.
months ago I think.
Right, right, yeah. In comics and stuff, they do that all the time. Where they will put, they'll do like, okay, this year, like even Nintendo does it. This is the year of Luigi, So they'll do it for that. They'll do
Yeah,
that for Batman. So that'd be cool. That's awesome. I'm excited for that.
yeah, should be good. Should definitely be good.
Yeah.
Did you see the Thor Ragnarok trailer today?
Yes.
What did you think?
How'd you like it? I thought it was good. It, it's the same thing with the Guardians and with Spider-Man. They just look fun as hell.
Yeah.
It looks like so much fun when he sees the Hulk and he is Planet Hulk and he's just so excited to see, like, find somebody that is excited to see you as Thor was excited to see the Hulk. Like, I saw that meme going around. It's perfect. It was great. It's like, okay, I want that. I think it's pretty obvious in the trailer, in the name of the trailer, Thor Ragnarok, that he goes to what, Hell or Hades or whatever, and her name's Helen, right? Or
Hella, yeah, with an A.
what's her name? Hela. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be about Thor doing all that, and then redemption, and it looks like they just completely destroy his home, and it'll be cool. I think it'll be a great movie. The last Thor movie didn't do too good. The first Thor movie was okay. It was fun. I thought it had a weak ending, a weak villain, except for of course Loki. I mean, like the big bad thing at the end was kind of weak.
Yeah.
So this one could be really cool, especially because the writer. I think the writer's fantastic.
Yeah.
So
Should definitely be
yeah,
good.
man, we'll see. Yeah, yeah. What do you think?
I'm digging it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. I saw some interesting pushback though that in the wake of Guardians, especially with the kind of theme that the Ragnarok trailer had, that it seemed like the Marvel movies were kind of sliding in a similar direction.
Well, I mean, I like style wise.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Well, this is how I see it. This is Marvel space, so of course it looks like that.
Hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy, their style and looks, it's very 80s. So it would make sense if in Thor is out there in the galaxy, that for whatever reason the aesthetic is the 80s, you know.
True.
So I get it. Maybe it should look different everywhere they go, and it looks like the planets look very different and stuff like that. But that's the way I saw it. Was when you were reading a Star Wars comic that's in space, it all usually has the same aesthetic. Why not do that in the movies? I don't know. I thought it was a cool look. I loved the 80s look. It's kind of perfect for people our age and a little bit older that read Marvel comics, because the space stuff was huge at that time frame, in that time period. So who knows? I could totally understand the backlash if you're not into that aesthetic.
Yeah, but
I
makes,
like it.
it makes sense.
I'd rather it like that than dark.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Jeff, like what Goldblum and stuff, like he just looks ridiculous, and I'm all in for that, man. We've seen dark, dark, stuff out in the space with DC and stuff like that, and fuck, give me Guardians or the Thor look any day over that, because it looks fun. I want to go to the movie and have fun. But yeah, so. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. I'm excited for it. That was one of my favorite trailers I've seen in a while.
It's their most viewed in 24 hours ever.
Yeah. See, I think it really caught on to some people. I heard people liking it that normally give Marvel just don't like Marvel. They're like, wow, that looks really fun. I thought it was a little weird towards the end where like, oh my God, I know him. I wish they would have just cut it off where he got really excited and then like, that's it. I don't like they took a minute afterwards for him to like, I know him from work. Like, that was a little too much for me. But this is nitpicking. This is total nitpicking.
Yeah, I like that line.
I don't know. I think it looks good. I'm interested to see how Logan fits in.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great.
But, so
there's other big news though.
Yeah, talk to me about this, because you know more about Invincible than I do. Apparently the Rogen Goldberg team are doing this for Universal. So tell me about this.
Yes, so as soon as The Walking Dead became as popular as it was, I think me and you both read the Walking Dead comic before it became a TV show. Yeah, and we loved it. And it was exactly what the comic book was, but brought to television. And when I started, it was right around that time period. Aaron from the shop was like, you got to check out his Invincible. It's basically Robert Kirkman doing doing what he does with The Walking Dead, but with superheroes. And I'm not going to go into spoilers or anything like that. And I'm sure spoilers galore will come out. Try and avoid them if you can before the movie comes out, because it's really cool twists and turns and stuff. It's very violent. It is extremely violent. It can get dark. It's weird because it starts out so light and bright. All of the comics are very vivid and very bright. But it's very dark. And dark, I mean bad shit happens to good people and stuff like that. It's not, it all kind of starts as, everything like happy-go-lucky, and then just shit kind of goes downhill fast for a lot of the people. But it's really good. It's oh my God, this series is fantastic, and it went on forever, and then it ended. So when this came out, I totally thought that, when is Robert Kirkman going to do Invincible? Because Walking Dead was so big and so massive that the next obvious thing would be Invincible, because that's his next biggest thing to The Walking Dead. So, I guess they're doing it as a movie because it would be hard to do it as a TV show with him flying and everything else like that. So that makes sense. I would rather this as a series, because 10 episodes or something a season would make way more sense because there's so much involved.
Sure.
But, you gotta get what you can. And Seth Rogen and Adam Goldberg is kind of perfect for it. I could totally see them doing it. Some young actor for him. And I could totally see this working with those guys. So this is definitely something to look out for.
Nice.
Invincible.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Invincible was
next news is probably exciting.
Yeah, right. No, before we get into that, it was just like, Invincible was one of those series that like I've meant to check out. It's definitely on my list.
Oh yeah, definitely check it out. definitely check it out. I have like the first however many issues, and it takes a little bit of time to get into. It does, but once you hit one of the very first big twists, you're like, okay, I need to know where this is going, because this just changed everything, and it's really cool. Like, the story is basically about a kid who is the son of two superheroes. His father's basically Superman. He's the big guy. And he doesn't realize he's a superhero, and then one day he does. And then he realizes his parents are heroes, and they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna be a hero just like you guys, and I'm in high school. So it's a very Spider-Man, Peter Parker, but his parents know, and so it's happy-go-lucky, and then just shit goes nuts. And then, like, he starts to realize it's a much bigger world, and, like, he realizes that his nice little family life his dad has kind of protected him from all of the bad shit he's been doing his whole life. Like, all of the bad shit that's been coming after him, he's protected his son away from it. You know what I mean? So, like, he'll come home after getting in a huge intergalactic battle. He'll come home to have dinner with his wife and kid, and they won't be any the wiser. And he hides it from him. And then once he becomes a hero, then sees that, and he wants to be just like his dad and stuff. So it's fun. It's a crazy good book. There's a million issues. I don't know how many, but there's a whole bunch. Over 100 for sure. But I think it's ended though. I don't think it's going on anymore. So at least when they do the film, there will be like, okay, well, we see where this is going. Yeah, or like, there can be an ending to this. They could do 7 films or something and be done with it.
Right. Interesting.
Unlike, and that just goes on and on. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No kidding. All right. Well,
you want to take a break before we get to the next one?
Yeah, sounds good. All right. So we are coming up. Hang on. We are coming up on a break. Sorry, I haven't done this part in a while. We're coming up on a break here. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we'll see you all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we've got some Transformers news, and now this was this was news. If this is true, then I'll say this for the executives at Universal. They've lost their fucking minds. Michael Bay at a special Transformers IMAX screening, which is a cool thing. It's, I've never, the visuals have always been amazing. So, IMAX for them, hallelujah, God bless them. Michael Bay said that the writer's room for the Transformers films, which is its own problematic thing to begin with, has come up with stories, has outlined stories for 14 more Transformers films.
Ay, Dios míos.
I just want to know. I know the answer. It's because these movies make billions of dollars. So,
right. Right. Hey, as long as there's an audience, they'll keep pumping them out.
Yeah, that's the sad thing of it. I mean, these are, I don't know, man.
14 films.
Right? Lord. Like 14 goddamn.
That just sounds exhausting. Like, even if they said that about my favorite franchise, Star Wars, I'd feel exhausted hearing that.
Well,
like, don't tell me that. I'm sure that's down the road. I'm sure it will come, but don't say that. Like, just say, here's what we're working on the next few years, and leave it at that.
Well,
like, that's even getting risky. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
I don't like the idea of hearing that. Well, I mean, when you think about it, you're like, that makes sense because it keeps making money, but that's not what I want to hear.
Well, here comes your time to drink. Everybody who's playing the home game, the business of the film industry is business.
Right. Yeah, and if you think about it, if you sit back and really think about how much money that is, how much time, money, and energy to put into that, when it could have been put to something, there's a million scripts laying on the, in a drawer somewhere that are never going to see the light of day because it's way too risky.
Well, none of them, that's exactly it. None of them are guaranteed to make $500 million.
Right, but we're going to make 14 movies about cars that turn into robots.
Look, they've made 5, which is, at least 3 more than I figured they were going to be able to make.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, if you really don't like these kind of films, all you can really do is speak with your wallet with this.
True.
Yeah, there's not much we can do, can't really, there's nothing else you can do. I didn't see the last one in theaters, and I'm definitely not going to be seeing the next one, because I've just come to the conclusion they're just not for me. I've given them a chance. I liked the first one. That was great. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. Linkin Park song, this could be cool. But after that, I was like, oh, what are they? Is he in the robot afterlife? No, this is no.
He's got giant robot testicles.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like when someone says 14 more Transformer movies, I'm like, yeah, but Netflix is doing Death Note this year, so that's gonna be way more interesting.
Right.
Or that one Max Landis film, with the whatever it's called, with Will Smith or whatnot. Like things like that just seem way more interesting to me.
What is it? Bright? Is that what it's
Bright.
called? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. They did say what they're working on. Like they have plans for like over a decade of Star Wars, right?
Oh yeah,
Something
Star
like
Wars
that.
is not going to stop until they run out of money.
Yeah, which at the rate they're going, Mazel Tov.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's smart the way they're doing it, where every other year is the main series, and every other year is just some cool new story. That's how you keep it fresh, So,
right.
Rogue One was a breath of fresh air. I think it was universally praised. It's going to be interesting with Han Solo. It's a character we all know and love, but we're going to find out how he got his name, like cool things like that. So, I imagine this weekend we'll find out what's next on the docket. I have to imagine that will be one of the announcements this year is, okay, this is what's coming after Star Wars, after Han Solo.
Yeah.
My fingers are crossed for a Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan Kenobi film, or trilogy or whatever they were going to plan. I want to know about Obi-Wan during that time frame. If they announced a Boba Fett, I'd be cool with that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm hoping for a Netflix anthology series. Give me
God.
Yeah, give me an American Horror Story style Star Wars series. Every season a new character.
Yes.
I'll take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, we've talked about that before. That's right. Yeah, that would just be heaven. That would be absolute heaven to hear that Netflix or like HBO or someone that, I mean, even AMC, someone that has trust and will make something that good. So yeah, dude, I hope we hear about something like that.
Yeah, I definitely think we have surprises. We heard that, to jump ahead a little bit, like we heard there will be the first trailer for The Last Jedi shown on Friday.
Yes. It's supposed to be like a real trailer, not like a 30-second teaser thing, which is cool.
Yeah, no, it's going to be an actual like trailer, which is cool.
Which I won't be there for. I'm pissed that I planned this poorly. I got tickets for Saturday and Sunday, not Thursday and Friday, because I thought, well, Thursday and Friday are going to be for people shopping and stuff, and it's not going to be the big announcements.
Oh,
I
man.
was totally wrong. It's Thursday and Friday for the big announcements. So, whatever, you win some, you lose some. But hey, I can't complain. I'm going to fucking Celebration. So,
there you go.
it'll be fun to be around people and chase like Jeremy Johns down and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
So it'll be fun, but I imagine they'll have it playing somewhere there. I can go watch it.
Yeah, and I imagine there's going to be at least a surprise. Like we know about that. We knew there was going to be a Battlefront 2. I almost called it Battlefield 2.
Yeah.
Trailer that they were going to debut that leaked that we'll talk about later. But
yeah.
I still think there's more. I still think there's at least one big surprise yet.
They got to do the Netflix. Like that is almost a guaranteed. When they did it with Marvel, I mean, look how good it is for Netflix. Their Marvel series.
Everyone, depending on even if the reception for Iron Fist wasn't great, but it broke. I mean, Luke Cage broke Netflix, and then Iron Fist came along and broke it again.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's not from me, it's still better than a lot of what television has to begin with.
Right.
I think we put Daredevil and Jessica Jones and stuff, and even Luke Cage a little bit on such just a high. There's such a high bar, so when it misses just a little bit, what's that in the long run? Hopefully they hear the complaints, and by next season they're like, all right, let's just focus on Kung Fu this time, because that makes sense. So it's little complaints, but yeah, dude, if Netflix would be so perfect for that.
Yeah, it would.
Watch their stock rise once they announce that. Holy shit.
Be nuts. That would have been, if somebody had said, 10 years ago or something, like, oh man, Netflix is going to be gigantic. When DVDs started to be on the way out, everybody thought Netflix was going to go.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And then, they were like, well, they could do streaming. And it's like, yeah, but look at their options. Like, they're not great.
Right.
And then, oh my God, and then the price went up $1 a month. Holy shit, the world's going to end.
Right, people lost their minds, and it's like you spend more. If you were to not get that Coke at the gas station for once a month, you'd pay for it.
Right.
That's how I think about like iCloud and stuff like that. I'm like, well, it's 99 cents a month. That's in the long run, that's $12 a year. That's nothing.
Right.
To just kind of be safe with all my backups and everything. So like you got to think of it like that, I guess. Netflix is paid itself over tenfold that, the WWE network, and hell, even like HBO Go, I think it has enough content if you like HBO shows to do. Like those to me are the top big 3 top apps that are just totally worth it. Even if you just get it for, Game of Thrones for a few months, $10, totally worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't beat that value.
No, and then while you're there, check out all the movies that they have. Like, there a lot of people I think forget like the libraries that things like HBO Now and even Hulu, like it's not just TV. Like, look at the movie selection they have. It's not as there's not as many of them as there are on Netflix, but that's because they don't have, 12,000 titles that like 8 people saw at a screening one time in Detroit. Like they're it's actual movies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. Speaking of Netflix, I just actually started the new season of Trailer Park Boys. Have you ever seen it?
No, it never really looked like it was for me.
Dude, Trailer Park Boys, for the longest time I would see like the DVD cover and that looks like stupid. That looks stupid as shit.
Yeah.
Like that looks terrible. Oh my God. It is hysterical. It's like it's like what if the South Park kids lived in a trailer park and grew up, and they don't actually grow up in the show. Like their whole scheme the first few seasons is like, how can we make money by doing nothing? And like, they're just like, how can we sell bud? We're gonna go legit. I don't know. I won't go too far into it, but they're all just a bunch of characters. One of them's dumb as shit, like just totally dumb, and it makes me laugh every time. Ricky. But yeah, man, Trailer Park Boys is hilarious. They're 12, 11 seasons, like some insane amount. They started from nothing. In Canada. Yeah, they started from absolute nothing, just this random dumb show, and now they blew up now they're on Netflix. They got specials and everything else. That show's hilarious. They had Snoop Dogg on the last season, and
really.
Oh yeah, he was like a big part of it. He come to Sunnyvale because they set up a bed and breakfast for stoners, and it got the attention of who's the guy? It was Snoop Dogg and what's his name? Arnold from Roseanne.
Oh, Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold, yeah. Tom Arnold, Snoop Dogg, and someone else went there for vacation.
Jesus, and that's a setup in itself.
And it's funny because Tom Arnold's a big fan of the show, so he's constantly trying to be like Ricky, and he's like, I love the constant stupid situations you get yourself in, because the show is shot where it's just like The Office, where there's a camera following them, so they think they're going to make money off of it, and so they follow them around. It's basically just following them around the trailer park in their day to day. The supervisor is just a constant alcoholic, Leahy, so he's drinking beer 24/7, and he's like, they're like, the liquor's in control, Randy. Like he's like, I am the liquor. It's just ridiculous, total ridiculous. I'll stop.
Yeah, I might have to check that out. That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, if you ever get bored, the first few seasons are a little rough because it's super old, but once you get into it, it's like one of my favorite parts is his voicemail. Like he leaves a voicemail. He's like, "Well, I'm pretty sure that I'm screwed, and I owe blah 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 $200, so I'm probably gonna end up killing myself. So this is probably my last voicemail. Can you make sure you take out my dog?" It's just I don't know. It sounds dumb now that I just said it, but just little stupid things. It reminds me of South Park basically. So yeah, if you like South Park, watch Trailer Park Boys. It's funny.
Okay.
But yeah, it's on Netflix. I watched that and Louis C.K. new special, which was super dark. Super dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. But where were we? We have news.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Netflix, they've announced their first animated original film.
Okay.
It's called America the Motion Picture, because they're nothing if not spot on with their timing.
Yeah.
It's going to be directed by Matt Thompson, who did C-Lab 2021, which is a reference that blew my hair back. I'd totally forgotten about that show, and then I was like, oh, wait, shit, yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
And it's written by Dave Callahan, who was one of the writers on The Expendables, which, okay, this is intriguing. It's an R-rated revisionist history of the United States, starring Channing Tatum as the voice of George Washington. So count me in.
Sold. Yeah.
You hear that description and you're like, okay, so the C-Lab guy and the Expendables guy are doing animated revisionist America starring Channing Tatum as George Washington. Sold. Yeah. Done. Like, that's the pitch. That's all you need.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Did you see Netflix's, I think it was an April Fool's joke?
Oh, yeah.
Netflix Live.
Yeah.
That's great.
And I love how it had its own category. Like, I don't know if they did it on the first or if it was on the second. I think it was on the second. They left it up, but it had its own category. You would have, like, My List, New Arrivals, and then it had Canceled. And it had, had that on it. Although that was funny.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic.
But, good for Netflix. Netflix doing good work.
Oh, yeah, they're killing it.
Yeah, we've got some Wreck-It Ralph 2 news, because I forgot they were doing a second one.
Yeah, right.
The sequel is going to be titled Ralph Breaks the Internet. Sure, why not?
He's going to jump in a computer.
Yeah, right. He's going to tackle PC gaming instead of arcade gaming, I guess.
There you go.
Or he's going to be on Flash gaming. God, we're going to see Wreck-It Ralph on Newgrounds. Nobody wants that.
There you go. Now we're talking.
It's going to come out. Yeah, could be out March 9th, 2018.
Cool.
So yeah, that's going to be a thing. That was good. I liked the first one. I kind of felt like that was done, though.
I didn't make it through the first one. When I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, they got like Street Fighter characters and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, it's just this one scene. It's him going through a bunch of random worlds. And I was like, no, I want it more like, I want him going to like Sonic the Hedgehog place, or Street Fighter. Like I wanted it way more integrated with video games.
Yeah.
And not like made up Candyland shit. I was like, okay, no, check it out.
Well, the licensing rights can only go so far.
That's true, but hey, what was it? The Roger Rabbit integrated it pretty good. When they did it.
Yeah, but different. That was a much different time too.
Wild West, yeah.
Yeah. But it's the first time. Like, how did they get? It's those writers were sitting around there and they were like, okay, so how can we get a Satan joke into a Disney movie?
Right.
And they made it work, and I was like, okay, that was a thing that happened.
I was reminded of today. Max Landis posted on Twitter the Hulk Hogan scene from Gremlins 2.
Where, they interrupted the movie?
Yes. Oh, yeah, and then someone posted a clip of, Key and Peele, and they're like, how this scene went down, and it's normal screenwriters sitting around okay, here's what we're going to do about Gremlins 2. We're going to take the concept everyone loves, and we're going to make it just even better. And, they're talking about real script, and then, Key or Peele. I don't know which one's who. And he's in the back. Key, I guess it's Key. It's the one who. No, it's Peele. The one who made the new movie.
Yeah.
I'm probably no. I don't know. Let's see here. So yeah. So it's Peele. It's Jordan Peele, the one who directed the movie. Anyway, he's like dressed as some goofy guy, and he walks around the table, and he asks everyone, "What would you like to see in the film?" And like he takes everyone's idea, and he ends it with the Hulk Hogan one.
Oh man.
He's like, "That's it, wrap. We just got our idea. Hulk Hogan's in the film."
That's from every story that I keep hearing. It's like, yeah, the screenwriters all start out with really great ideas and a really great script, and then by the end of the process, you're like, oh yeah, we started with, like this beautiful New York sirloin, and we wound up with a sloppy Joe. Like,
oh yeah, yeah. He's like, everyone gets to create a gremlin. Like, can my gremlin have 8 arms? Sure. Can my gremlin sing New York, New York? Absolutely.
Oh, man. Gremlins, too. Jesus. All right. Oh, all right. Break time. So, once again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we'll see you all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. And still got a little bit of movie news here. This was some interesting news. Speaking of how the process can wreck movies, apparently Sylvester Stallone and the rest of the creative team on The Expendables 4 didn't quite see eye to eye on reportedly anything, so he's out.
I thought this was like his baby.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So I don't.
That's weird.
Yeah, like I don't know, but they're committed to it. They're like, oh no, the franchise isn't dead, and it's like, okay, you guys are gonna keep doing the Expendables films without Stallone.
It's just gonna turn into Fast and Furious films.
But they're not.
It's just gonna somehow mold into Fast and Furious.
Right, but like they're not gonna be as good. Like the last one was eh. Like I mean, it was.
Was The Rock ever in it?
No.
I guess that's the one guy they didn't get.
Well, because he's not. Well, I was gonna say he's not old, but the last one was about new people. But
right.
Was it Rock? No, was it Rock in it? I don't remember. I don't think so. I think I'd remember, but like that was.
He'd be the big get. He'd be the big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's. I don't know.
Maybe The Rock will bring the series back in 20 years.
Yeah. Hey man, if there's anybody, it could.
Yeah. Him and who else would they put in it? I don't know, John Cena.
Oh, dude, don't even joke.
Or what's his name? The guy in Guardians.
Oh, Chris Pratt. Yeah.
No, not Chris Pratt.
Oh, Batista. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
I could see him doing it, playing a big dumb idiot. He's great at that.
The Expendables reboot starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Dave Bautista. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. As long as Guardians of the Galaxy is a thing and his character's alive, Batista has nothing to worry about. He's got a film franchise forever. He's great. Point. You liked him in the trailers, right? Like he's still like he's hilarious.
He's still funny.
Yeah. Like he's not a great actor, but who knows? more of those. I mean, The Rock wasn't a great actor when he started out either. He was.
This is very true. Yeah, take a look at the rundown. Not some of his best work.
Exactly. I mean, even like the Scorpion King, he didn't even really say anything. He was just like a big face.
No, you're thinking of The Mummy Returns. The Scorpion King was actually the one he was really in.
Right. That one. That was the first film in my entire life I fell asleep in the theater. And I remember walking out going, that has never happened before.
Wow.
Yeah. It was that. I did not like it. I was like, that was boring. It wasn't even bad. It was just boring.
Yeah. My buddy Paul did that at the second X-Files movie.
Yeah, that's a slow one.
Yeah, he conked right out. I don't know if he made it like half an hour. And I looked over at one point and he's just gone. He's just out.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, that's a slow one. The second X-File one's very slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Speaking of slow movies, Dune. Eric Roth, who wrote the screenplay for Forrest Gump, is doing the screenplay for the Dune reboot.
Well, see, that gives me hope. No, seriously, like he's a good writer.
My name's Kwisatz Haderach. Like, Life is like a box of spice.
Yeah, no, but I mean, he's done some great films.
But again, it's the same thing of like, you can have a fantastic writer and their screenplay can be amazing, but it's got to go through the process.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's true.
and sometimes it works. Sometimes everything just pans out and things leave intact and it works great. Sometimes not so much.
No, I agree. It's if they make it. I heard someone pitch it before, and it sounded really cool. Maybe it was the Kind of Funny guys. Nick was talking about it. He pitched it almost like Game of Thrones. And if they made it more like that and less just fucking cheeseball, I think I would like it.
I agree. I think one of the biggest problems with the original Dune is that it is a product of its time. It was a movie that could not. It was one of those movies that like you can't make it until the technology catches up.
Bingo. It was like when they were fighting and they were like just big, just fucking dumb shit. Like they look like Atari characters brought into. Oh, it was just terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, not the best VFX work ever.
Right, but if they make a movie about Game of Thrones in space and they are all after this spice, this drug, it's on paper it sounds interesting, but they need to figure out the pace. They need to figure out they need to kind of if they just cut away a little bit of the mumbo jumbo nonsense talk, I think it would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean to me at least with I'm sure Star Wars sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo to people, but besides the Force, they don't really, they talk like normal people, right? Or no?
Right. Yeah. No. Pretty much.
Yeah. Like it's just I remember watching Dune, and I was like, this is odd.
Yeah. It's all a lot of terminology, and yeah. I wonder how it would play. The desert people in Dune, I forget the actual name of their race or culture, are largely, they're very almost militant Islam inspired in a sense. Not and I know that's gonna get a lot of play because it's an over dramatization of it, but there are very distinct elements of that kind of philosophy. So I wonder how here's a question with an obvious answer. How would that play? Like you have to be cheering for the guy, especially in this day and age in a theater in my town. He went to the desert and he joined up with the people who are trying to beat the capitalists. Yeah, that's going to play real well.
Oh, that's not going to play well at all.
Yeah, so I don't, but hey, have some balls, take a chance. Do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, good writer. Good, so we'll see. It's, Dune, it's not like Dune's not a series that I would not see. The original was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Totally saw it at the wrong time. Maybe as a kid I would have liked it, or if I was a different age when I saw it back then, or something. It's just wrong time for me totally. So that made into taken seriously maybe a little bit. And I say that with saying, oh, the Marvel movies are great, ridiculous, but this is a little bit different.
There is a difference in like, oh, this is over the top, but it's self-aware and it works with that. And, just, oh my God, this is insane, and it takes itself so seriously.
Right. Yeah, give me Game of Thrones in space. When I heard that, I was like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
If they manage to do it that way, sold. Done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do we got?
Put some incest in there. You got it.
Yeah, right. Well, hey, for rich royal space families, that's not out of the realm of possibility.
Exactly.
But, so that's a thing. They are doing another DC animated film because those do really well and they're actually pretty good. It's gonna be it's Batman and Harley Quinn, and they're bringing in an interesting voice cast. They've got Lauren Lester as Nightwing, and he did the voice on Batman the Animated Series. They've got Melissa Rauch from The Big Bang Theory voicing Harley Quinn. And
Why not Tara Strong?
Maybe she's busy.
Oh, yeah.
Could be a scheduling conflict.
Yeah.
But because it's animated and it's Batman, there is one right answer to the question, who do we get to voice Batman? And they did grab Kevin Conroy to do it again.
Oh, there you go.
So, I'm sold on that. I don't care who else does what. You tell me Kevin Conroy voices Batman, shut up and take my money.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sold with that.
Yeah. But, so, that's gonna be good. In odd news, Sigourney Weaver has said that the filming for the Avatar sequels will be starting in the fall. Which,
oh, really?
Well, because we had heard that a few weeks ago, and then a couple weeks ago we heard, no, we haven't figured out when we're going to start filming these yet. And
okay.
Now we're hearing they are going to film them. Okay, like the sequel's going to tank. It's going to be a gigantic bomb, and it's going to kill production on 3, 4, 5, however many of them they have.
Mm-hmm.
But, that sucks, but they're not, they really think that because Avatar, and I'm guessing here, I can't read minds, but it's like Avatar was the highest grossing film ever. True. But look at the reception after the fact. Why was it the highest grossing film? Because it made 3D. It showed this is what 3D is now.
See, I gotta disagree with you. I completely agree with you with the afterwards. Why? I agree with you all that, but I don't think it'll bomb. I just don't think it will make as much money as I think it will.
Well, here's the thing. Given how much these are gonna cost, it could do gangbusters and probably still actually bomb.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was like, I think it's going to make millions and millions, but you're absolutely right. It's not going to make what they think they're going to make.
Right. It's not, because they're going to spend a ton on this. They spent almost $400 million on the first one.
Jesus.
Between production and marketing and everything. Yeah, it was a ridiculous gamble.
Good Lord.
But, Cameron's biggest films are Titanic. They called Titanic fish tar for a while, because it reminded them so much of how much of a boondoggle Ishtar had been. And they figured that was going to be the next one. And then, what do you know, it breaks records.
Right.
So,
right.
But it's not gonna work again. It's not.
Right.
But, I'll believe that when I see it. When I get somebody on set, tweeting out the photo of the first clapboard, then I'll believe that they've started.
Right.
But I think that'll do it for movie news, unless you found anything else.
No, but I just figured out that Tara Strong was in Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
I'm saying that wrong. I had no idea.
Oh, there you go.
She's done everything.
Yeah, she really has.
It's crazy.
It is. But so we'll jump into some TV news here. Marvel, just completely out of the blue, decided to announce that they're doing, along with their Cloak and Dagger series on Freeform, they're bringing a half-hour comedy to Freeform about their new Warriors team, which is going to be led by Squirrel Girl.
What's Freeform?
Used to be ABC Family.
So this is like a live action?
Yeah, evidently.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, that's... my first thought was, is it still April Fool's?
Right.
Like, I saw this news and I was like, there's no way this is a thing. No, it's a thing.
That's crazy.
But, good for them.
Mm-hmm.
And good for them to finally get Squirrel Girl on something. Because there was a huge surge when her comic re-debuted. And everybody was like, oh, she could have her own movie. And, like, everybody kind of laughed. But I'm sure somebody apparently had the sense to say, no, not a movie, but... And, so here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's definitely going to be different.
Yeah.
We also got the CW put out a poster, the first character one sheet for Black Lightning.
And, okay. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he looks like Black Lightning. Yeah. Like he looks like this character in the CW DC universe would look.
Yep.
Like, no big surprise.
Yep. Yeah. There's not really much to say to that.
Yeah. We got a release date for The Defenders. It's going to come to Netflix August 18th.
Oh, nice.
So just, a little over 4 months from now.
Yep.
So that gives me time to finally watch Iron Fist, maybe.
Oh, man. That's going to be a chore.
Yeah. I did finish Luke Cage. I finally did the last half of Luke Cage. And yet, man, it drags.
Yeah.
It drags so hard. And it sucks because that first half, it had a good clip. And then so much of, like the middle 3 or 4 episodes of that back half could have been crunched into like 2 episodes. Easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was like they padded it. And I didn't like that.
Yeah, there's a big death somewhere in the middle, not to be too spoilery, but I thought they should have ended it right after that. I was like, okay, that's it. That's enough of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Or somehow worked everything into those episodes.
Yeah.
Would have been a lot better. But yeah, it gets rough.
But no, I'm glad I got through it. The ending was weird.
Yeah.
Like, not to give anything away or anything, but I was like, I get it. I understand why what happened. It was just, okay. So now we're here where we are.
Yep.
Very peculiar.
Yeah, it's weird.
We get some Jessica Jones news. Janet McTeer, who was in a bunch of stuff that unfortunately I never saw, has been cast in season 2 in an unspecified role.
Oh, okay. Let me look her up here.
So I know she was in
a bunch of stuff I've never seen.
Yeah, she was nominated for something. Like, she had an Academy Award nomination for something a couple of years ago, and I can't remember what it was.
Oh.
It was I don't remember.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, go down the list real quick. It was a movie like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago or something.
Fathers and Daughters, Insurgent.
No, she nobody's getting any awards for that.
Hannah, The Woman in Black,
no.
Island, Cat Run. I mean, there's a ton of TV show stuff.
You went past it, I think. It was in the middle of like all the Divergent series. There was one movie. It was I can't remember what it was. It's gonna make me crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Fathers and Daughters.
I think that might have been it.
Oh, okay.
I think that was it. Yeah.
Yep. Never saw it.
I'll tell you what. I'll look. I'll make sure it's the right one here because we're coming up on a break.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go ahead and double check that real quick. But I think that was it. I think it was Fathers and Daughters.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But okay. So when we get back, we'll finish up some TV news and get into some video games. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we'll see you all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. And it was Albert Nobbs. That was the movie she was nominated for. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never
heard of it. One. Yeah, she was nominated for Tumbleweeds, which was in '99, I think. But that wasn't what I remembered. It was Albert Nobbs that I had remembered.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't seen it, but I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, I remember when that was a thing a few years ago.
I never heard of it.
Yeah. Words you want to hear somebody who wants to be a published movie reviewer say. I didn't see it, but I remembered hearing about it. I can't say them all.
Yeah.
But, that is what it is. So we got some Invader Zim news.
Oh, what?
Of all the damn things.
That's weird.
The original creator, Jason Vasquez, right? I'm reading this right. Yes. No, sorry. Jonan Vasquez. Sorry, I had the notes too far away from me. The original show creator is working on a 90-minute TV movie, and is gonna get what seemed like pretty much the entire original voice cast back.
Oh wow!
So that's gonna be awesome.
That's insane. Yeah. See, I never watched that, but I know, that was huge.
Yeah, it was the tail end. Like that was the last Nicktoon I watched.
Oh, okay.
Like after that, even some of the ones, there were some that carried on after that, because Invader Zim, if I remember right, was like it started around the same time as like Fairly Odd Parents, but then it sort of flamed out, and then Fairly Odd Parents I think is still going. So
oh wow.
It's if not, it ran for a long time. I know SpongeBob is still going.
That's
like,
crazy.
Still making new episodes. SpongeBob is like 20 years old.
That's insane.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But hey, if it's working, go for it. Why not?
Yeah.
But so that'll be cool. Always good to see Richard Horowitz getting work.
Yeah.
I miss Daggett. I got my girl got me the entire Angry Beavers box set for Christmas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Every once in a while I'll pop one in and be like, I remember this show. I love this show. So, yeah,
that's cool.
Good times. Angry Beavers, I think, was one of the more caution. We're gonna go off on a tangent here. Was I think one of the more underrated Nicktoons. I think it gets overlooked a lot.
Yeah, I like that one. That was definitely one of the better ones.
Yeah, I mean everybody talks about Rocko's Modern Life because it was adult without being overly adult. Like it found the line that Ren and Stimpy happily played jump rope with. Like
yeah, oh yeah.
There was no subtlety about Ren and Stimpy.
No, there wasn't.
There was a little more subtlety with Rocko's Modern Life, but not.
What would you say Nickelodeon's biggest cartoon was? Original.
It's
gotta be Rugrats, right?
I think so. I think it's got to be Rugrats.
It's got to be their biggest one.
Well, although SpongeBob, I think it may have to be SpongeBob.
You're right. Yeah, it's got to be SpongeBob.
Yeah. Because it's still going. I mean, Jesus, it has gone on seemingly forever.
It really has.
But more power to them.
Yeah, there was a show that I watched. I remember, and we won't spend too much time because I don't know what it is. There was a cartoon where whenever I was off, it was the only time I would see it, and it wasn't as funny or anything as those. I just can't. I can't even think of it to explain it. So I probably should have never brought it up.
Oh no! See now you start a story like this, you gonna finish.
They're all in a town maybe, and they're like different animals. It's one of those, like, when you have a memory of something, but it's almost as if someone wiped your brain of it, but there's a little piece remaining.
Yeah.
It's like they're all in a town, and God, I don't remember. It's on Nickelodeon. I just remember there was a worm in an apple. Like a worm in an apple.
What are you talking about? Like the old Richard Scarry stuff? Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, it was what what was it? The Secret damn.
The Busy World of Richard
That's
Scarry.
it.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
I remember that being on TV.
Yeah, that was a thing. You didn't imagine that.
Yeah, whenever I was off, I was like, what is this? It's so nothing like what's on, It seemed older, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. SpongeBob's been on for over 17 years.
Yeah.
That's craziness.
That's insane.
That's just nutty. That is nothing short about it. Oh my God, we've got a guy at work whose name is Patrick, and I had to ask him the other day. Like, I had to. How many times do you answer the phone, and we have our little speech, and will they ask, because he tends to talk a little fast.
Mm-hmm.
So do they ask, oh, is this the name of where we work? I had to ask him, I'm like, how hard is it for you not to say, no, this is Patrick? And he was like, dude, you have no idea.
That's funny.
It's hysterical.
Yeah, see, I never really got into SpongeBob. I think that's when I stopped watching Nickelodeon. Like I watched Doug, Rugrats, Real Monsters, Hey Arnold.
Yep. Cat Dog.
I think yes, and it was right around like I think maybe like Rocket Power, Invader Zim. That's when I kind of tuned out, and I was more like, oh, I'm gonna watch The Simpsons, and I'm gonna be cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. That's when I started watching those kind of cartoons.
Well, 'cause you grew up, man. You got older. Like,
yeah.
That's what happens. I hung around for a couple seasons of SpongeBob, and then I was like, okay, I think I just kind of migrated towards other stuff. Like, it wasn't even a conscious choice. I just started watching other things.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, none of this was none of this was like I'm gonna start what it was like. Oh, okay, so what's going on in South Park? Like this is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that makes sense because 1997, Angry Beavers, Cat Dog. That's right when I was like, oh, South Park, boom, Simpsons. Because I guess I always did watch The Simpsons, but that's when it really caught my attention, I guess.
Yeah. Oh man. While we're talking about cartoons, Boomerang. They have officially launched their version of Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They have. I'm gonna have to find it here because they did they talked about it a while back, and it was like, oh, we're doing this thing where like Looney Tunes and some of the Hanna-Barbera stuff is gonna be on like its own thing.
1,000+ episodes.
Yeah.
It launched.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, it's like all the Looney Tunes and Scooby-Doo and stuff.
Yeah, and it launched today, and it's $5 a month. It's only available on like actual computers, like desktops, laptops. OS doesn't matter, and mobile, Apple and Android. So it's not on like Apple TV or Amazon Fire or Roku or anything like that yet. But
yeah, if you got a smart TV and you got an iPhone, you can just press the button that sends it to your TV.
Right, exactly. Like there's 12,000 ways to work around.
Right. That's cool. Well, I mean, for kids, you just put it on the computer and have them sit in the room or whatever.
Hell, for kids, nothing, man. They've got wacky races on here. You think I'm not signing up for this shit?
No, I mean like, no, I didn't mean it like that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant. Yeah.
Well, I guess Netflix is kind of like that now. But like when we were kids, you just turn on cartoons and it was Looney Tunes, this or that. There was just some mixture of stuff, and I don't even know if they still have that. They're not on the main channels these days. They're like you have to hunt for them.
It's all on Boomerang.
That's true.
Yeah, Cartoon Network is all like newer versions of stuff. Like they did like Baby Looney Tunes, and then they just did like new Looney Tunes, and it's all, it's newer shows.
Does the WB still do, and Fox still do, like, Sunday morning cartoons?
Well, the WB doesn't exist, so...
Well, I mean the CW.
Yeah. I don't know. Nobody does, like,
was
morning.
It Saturday morning cartoons?
It was Saturday morning, and it died a couple of years ago. Like, CW, I think, was the last one that did, like, a Saturday morning block. Like, they were the only ones left, and then they stopped doing it.
I thought, like, Cartoon Network, I imagined it too, but it's cartoons all day.
Well, I mean, it's Cartoon Network.
But I mean, I remember when Pokemon jumped from WB to Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
In the morning. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just curious because that was like a staple, like as a kid.
Oh yeah, forever. Oh yeah.
Waking up and seeing that, and then I guess kids have that with like as long as you have like Disney XD and all, as long as you have like whatever cable.
Yeah.
You can. I imagine it's the same thing. Like I imagine like every Saturday there's a new Spider-Man or something.
Probably. Yeah, more than likely.
The Star Wars ones is on at like Friday nights, I think.
Is it a primetime one?
I think it's a primetime one. Same with like Dragon Ball, whatever the new Super.
Super, yeah.
Mhm. But I mean I think that's a little different. I think that one comes on right as they end like their Saturday night whatever cartoon thing. They're like, okay, here's a little bit older because people might be dying.
Right. Well, because that's on Toonami. And that's...
Yeah, exactly. Like arms are gonna be ripped off. And
yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. Nah, send me back to the old Tex Avery days.
I'm surprised there's just not like a straight anime channel.
Well, they've got apps. I mean, Crunchyroll for one.
Right, but I mean like a channel like on But I guess cable TV's kind of on its way out anyway.
Right. There was one. I know there was one for a while, and I don't know if it's still one anymore. I don't remember what it was called, but I know
it'd be cool to see like Cowboy Bebop or just like crazy old anime like Princess Mononoke or like it'd be cool to see that while you're flipping through the channels.
Yeah, right, for real.
Yeah, but I guess they get expensive.
Yeah, probably.
Because the anime isn't just like one studio; it's a bunch of them.
So. No, it's a whole. Yeah, that's God. What a mess.
Yeah, it would be. It's cool. I want to finish. I want to finish the book one, the Notebook. What's it called?
Death Note.
Death Note. Yeah, I've watched two episodes. I think of that. So it's only one season, I think, right?
Yeah, it's what, like is it 60? Did they make it that far?
Oh my god, I didn't know it was that much.
No, it's not. It's
when I hear seasons, I keep forgetting anime is like fucking nuts when it comes to seasons.
Yeah, but hang on, let me look that up because that's like as soon as I said it, I was like, no, that isn't right.
Yeah.
Let me see. Death Note
episodes 37.
Yeah, that's it.
Still a ton of episodes, but yes, it's not that bad.
Yeah, no, no, hallelujah.
No, it's like a few seasons of a normal show.
Right. No, or even I mean that's barely one season. It's more than one season of a sitcom.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So you got that, but it moves at a good clip though. It helps that the pacing in that show is really good.
Yeah,
for sure. But so where were we? Oh yeah, Star Trek Discovery, which they're apparently still gonna make, as someday. Sonequa Martin Green's character, the character that she plays is First Officer, is the focal point, is the lead for the show, and is First Officer Michael Burnham.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't clarify, like, is it just because we're in a Starfleet future where girls have guy names, or is this, is she playing a guy, or is this character, fluid in some way, or are they just trying to stir something up? They provided zero context for this whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
But, hey, more power to them.
Yep.
I'm still probably never going to watch a show because I'm not paying for CBS All Access. Not going to happen.
Right.
But, more power to them. Why not?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was that anyway. I'm sorry. I still, like, every time I see, like, Star Trek Discovery news, I'm like, oh, is it delayed again? Like,
right.
It's the first thing that comes to mind because that's, I don't know. But, I think that pretty much does it for TV news. Go ahead and slide into video games here. We mentioned this earlier. The Battlefront 2 trailer leaked.
Yes.
And it looks, if I may, glorious.
Yeah.
It really does. If for no other reason than the quick little tagline of, where it was like, and play as heroes and have multiplayer battles and whatever across all eras.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, done, sold. And then they showed Darth Maul, old Darth Maul.
With Yoda.
Yes, yes. Totally.
Yeah. So yeah. This is what we were. We talked about what we wanted out of Battlefront 2. We all knew and heard rumors that it was going to be the New Order kind of era, and I was saying, dude, wouldn't it be so fucking cool to have like battle droids and Gungans? Because like I know it's ridiculous in a movie, but in a big video game Battlefront scenario, dude, give me variety of weapons, and that's like the two biggest varieties you can think of, right? Like Gungans and battle droids, and like the two different things, instead of just humans running after humans with variety. So fuck yes, man, hell yeah. I'm so into this.
Yeah. And I imagine we'll get some more details at whatever the panel is, and that's going to be on Saturday, I think, actually.
Oh, cool! I can see that one actually.
Yeah, I think that one's on Saturday because the Last Jedi trailer is Friday.
Oh, cool.
And I think that the Battlefront thing was Saturday.
Yeah, I gotta look it up.
Yeah.
If it's Saturday, then my ass will be in that seat. Yep.
But yeah, so I've got to imagine like they're going to be, oh, and here's, we know there's going to be a single player mode, like an actual campaign.
Yeah.
We've heard that, which is good. I think.
Yep. There's two of them.
There's two campaigns.
There's a Rebel, and then there is the Empire First Order.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Okay, so I see how this is going to go. Your single player is going to be the current stuff, and then multiplayer is where you're going to have the options, probably.
Who knows? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out though.
It would be kind of cool if like, okay, well now you've done, you accomplished X bonus objectives, so you've unlocked, this level, you've unlocked this bonus single player scenario. Like that would be cool. Give me something like that.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Be down with that.
Oh yeah.
Or fantasy book it. You've got battle droids versus the First Order. Like just give me something like that. Like that'd be cool.
Yep.
Gungans against Wookiees. There's one where everybody wins.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Right? Just that would be interesting. Like mix it up.
Yep. That'd be awesome. Just put on some worlds there from the Clone Wars, and just give us some heroes from maybe Rebels. Like switch it up totally.
Yeah.
Like the first one was great and I think their idea was everyone loves the originals. Let's give everyone what they want right now. But now that we're a few years past that, it's like, okay, we do want, I do have love for the prequels. I want to see some of the stuff from there.
Yeah, there are definitely elements that can work like this, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but, absolutely.
All right, we gotta take another break. We'll keep rattling off some video game news when we get back. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we'll see you all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. And we were talking through Battlefront 2. I think we kind of covered pretty much everything we wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously going to buy the shit out of it. This time I'm probably going to buy whatever I know it's like buying two games at once, but I'm probably going to buy buy it all at once, whatever the expansion shit is, because I'm a shrill. But
you could get the $70 deluxe edition plus the $40 season pass.
Yeah, it'll probably be it's like $100 total, 100 or 120. But they have the campaigns. They it seems like they're listening to fans. So the thing is, I'm still playing Battlefront. So not for nothing, but that's not a bad. I'm still playing a game that I put that much money into. You can't. There's only a few games that I'm still doing that with, and like Destiny's one of them. Battlefront, my buddy Ryan, he bought a PlayStation 4. He played the some Naughty Dog games, and he's played nothing but Battlefront. He is level 79 or 80.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he plays nothing else. He's not a gamer whatsoever.
Yeah.
He just likes Star Wars.
There you go. Then you're all set. Like,
It. I know when he's playing that. If he's not on PlayStation, that's all he plays. That's all I cared about today. He was like, oh, there's a new Battlefront? All right, I'm in.
Cool. Hey, whatever floats your boat, man.
He's going to school he's an anesthesiology nurse, so like he's in like his millionth year of school, and he's got work and school and everything else. He's like, nope, this is my relax, spend time at home in his own zone. So I'm like, yeah, man, do it. That's awesome.
Hey, there you go.
Oh yeah,
whatever works.
Yeah, his girlfriend doesn't understand it, but yeah. He's like, she doesn't have to understand everything.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But speaking of games you can get lost in that are getting sequels,
yes.
we finally got all the official everything about Destiny 2.
Man, I love this trailer.
I said, yeah, right?
Yeah, Cade is just hilarious.
Well,
Yeah.
they found like, okay, here was the star. And so
Mhm.
just run with it. Here's the face we can put on this to market the hell out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Cool.
I liked how they had the serious part of the trailer for the people who want to get into the lore and this and that. And, oh, it's to fight it for humanity. And then it's Cade where it's like, oh, there's gonna be a shitload of loot. Like that player base is just like, I don't give a shit about the story. I just want to know what kind of guns I'm gonna get. And the way it looks, it totally makes sense. The tower is being destroyed, so there goes all your guns and armor and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Humanity is scattered about. I think I read that it's gonna be about getting humanity back together, not just humanity, but everyone, and taking on this new bad guy, which is what are they called? The people from Mars.
The oh yes, too quick, damn it.
Yeah. Well, while you think about that, it seems like the Cabal. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. And so it seems like they're the bad guys. I hope. I guess we're still gonna be on Earth and all these. They need to switch it up. I want different areas, bigger areas. I don't want to feel like hub worlds. I want it to be more seamless. The load screens have to go.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I want from Destiny 2. I want more of a story and more seamless. Like if it is going to be titled as an MMO, I want it to be way more seamless and not like you're in this little section with 6 people and that's it. That's all you're going to see.
Right.
No, I want you're going from place to place to, and it can be instance, but I want to go almost like the Division in a way where
Yeah.
you see other people. It'd be interesting. But yeah, man, I can't wait, dude. All my friends are back in Destiny right now for the raid things.
Yeah. Nah.
But I got Persona and everything now, so I'm like, no. I mean, what's the point of playing right now?
Right.
If none of it's gonna mean anything in a few months.
No. Yeah, I traded my copy in.
Yeah.
Cause I haven't touched it since I can't when did I play with that group that I was in with you guys for like a month or whatever.
Yeah. Did you go through the expansion, the big one?
What, the one they just did?
No, not the last one, but the one with the big devil guy at the end. Oh, what's it called? Um, Destiny expansion.
What do you look for? The Taken King?
The Taken King. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you play through the Taken King?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you beat the raid?
Yeah.
With us? Okay. Yeah. So
I did it
that's
with there was another group I jumped in with.
Oh, okay. That's about as far as I went. I mean,
Yeah.
I did that a million times, and then I was like, all right, guys, there's just way too much stuff out right now. I love hanging out with them, and don't get me wrong, I still jump in their chat and stuff, and I'll sit there and talk to them forever. But I'm playing Persona and stuff now, and Persona I can get away with a little bit with not, it's a lot of reading and stuff, but it's also a lot of dungeon crawling that I can. It's repetitive in a ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Destiny 2. It should be interesting.
Cool.
I'm excited. September 8th, I believe.
Yeah, beta coming May 19th. 18th.
Oh yeah.
18th.
Yeah, I went to GameStop. I feel like a bad person. I went to GameStop and I put $5 down and I got the little figure. And I have no plan on getting the physical copy because I just want to get the digital. So, but no, well, I wanted the little figure of Kate 6.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Scumbag.
But
yeah, so yeah, man, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you were talking about Persona. All that stuff sounds really cool. It's just a shame that the only way to see it is to play it.
Yeah, I thought that was really strange when I'm like, oh, this looks like a cool thing. I want to screenshot this and show some people. And I was like, oh, I can't screenshot. I can't video. I can't do anything.
Nope, you can't. And if you find a way around it, they will shut your ass down.
And it's such a shame too. People are going to obviously find the way around it. If you want to go online and watch Persona 5, you're going to be able to, and it's just so dumb. Like, Persona 5, I think would benefit so greatly by people going, hey, I've heard of this Japanese series. It's got a 5 at the end of it, so I don't know. But just so people could get an idea of, like, what is this weird thing that people have a hard time explaining? And watching maybe the first hour or two, you get a really good idea of, like, okay, this is what this thing is going to be. And it's a shame, like, going into this, like, they had all the good publicity. They had, like, everything going. Like, it got like a 9.7 IGN. It's got great scores all around, and then they just dropped the ball with this nonsense. It's a shame.
The thing with Atlas that they don't understand is that the people who are going to sit there and watch somebody play this whole game, or just watch the spoilers or any of that, are people who are not going to buy the game anyway. They were never going to buy this game.
Right, and the thing is, some people still like watching it anyway, because there's a lot you answer. Everything has a, how do you think of this? And then answers it funny. I think, honestly, some of the people that watch it too are just obsessed with Persona. They probably even play the game, but they want to see how someone else does it.
Yeah.
Persona's so fucking weird, and it's such a beautiful game, and it's it's a shame because, like, I posted something on one of these groups that I'm in, and I was like, I would love a Spider-Man game in the style of Persona, because when you're playing Persona, it is straight up comic book. It's anime. It's very anime, but it's comic book in the way that, like, I've never seen scenes play out in a game like I have with Persona. Like how suddenly everything, the tiles on the screen change, almost like a living comic book, where it's like suddenly it's you're looking at the guy's eyes. Suddenly you're looking at his, the expression of the mouth. Like, it's exactly what you think an anime or a comic book is in the form of this. Like, I would love a Spider-Man game where half the time you got to figure out high school and dating and Mary Jane and, all of that, Aunt May, and the other half of the game is you're fighting crime. Like, they've never really done that in a Spider-Man game where it's always action. It's always action, 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 action. But imagine a game where, like, you had to balance life, and if you didn't balance it correctly, you fucked up. You don't get the buffs. You don't get this. You don't get that. And that's what this game is. Like, you have to do good in school. You have to do good at work. You have to be on time in certain places. You have to make time for certain people. You're sitting there counting the days. You're like, oh, it's a Saturday. I don't have to go to school. So that it's raining outside. So I need to make sure I need to do these activities. And it sounds so dumb when I'm saying it out loud, but there's something really fun to it in the game where you're like, almost like an Animal Crossing or whatever, where you're like, oh, I get to do this right now, and it's gonna help me when I go into the dungeon because it's gonna give me all these buffs and everything else, and it'll get me in with these other girls that I need to get into my crew, and it's so fucking weird. It's so hard to explain. One thing that I think would be a huge turnoff to Persona for a lot of people is there is a lot of talking, a lot of dialogue. It is one of those, like, I don't even know what they're called. Those whatever comic games or whatever, where, like, there's a phrase and I can't think of it. It's huge in Japan where it is like a video game graphic novel.
Motion comic.
Motion comic. That's what this is.
Yeah.
It is so much talking. But at the same time, it's everything else too. Like I said, it's the JRPG where you're dungeon crawling, and it's the simulator, or it's almost like the Newgrounds dating game. Like, straight up, you got to figure out how to talk to these people. You're in class in the game, and they're throwing questions at you about philosophers and stuff, and you got to answer. If you answer it correctly, your intelligence goes up. It's fucking weird, dude. It is so cool and different, and you don't get anything like that. I don't play that many games like this, but it is insane. So I totally understand why everyone in Japan loves Persona.
Yeah.
And it's the style, nothing like it. This is Shinsuke Nakamura, fucking style in the game. And it's a shame that I can't say, hey, go on YouTube and watch this video. But you'll see, like, how every scene flows into each other with the animation and everything from bringing up the menus and stuff and the music, and it's fucking crazy. So yeah, it's a shame I can't be like, hey Logan, go watch this for a few hours. You'll get an idea of it. So maybe when it goes on sale or something, you'd be like, okay, I could risk that. But I can't. You're not gonna know unless you go watch like a GameSpot review or something.
Yeah, and that's too bad. Like Persona was always like kind of interesting to me because Persona is its own genre.
Yes.
It's totally its own thing, and it was always weird to me to see like the Persona fighting games and then like the main series games because they could not be more different. At least that's how it seems to me.
Oh yeah, like Persona's weird because I usually get bored with these kind of games, and I mean, to be completely honest, it's very boring at parts.
Sure.
But it keeps me it gets you hooks in you because you're like, I need to figure out what's going on with the school. And like it's like, for example, the guy that takes you in, it opens up exactly almost like Persona 4, but a little bit of the opposite, where like both games open up where you're in a new city, and you're going to school for the first time. The fourth game, you're living with your uncle, and he seems cool. He's like a detective and stuff, and his daughter, your niece, is cool. In this one, you end up stopping, and this isn't that big of a spoiler, but you end up stopping a girl from getting raped, right? You end up stopping it, and you push the guy on the ground, and he like sues you, and so you are thrown in juvie, and then suddenly you're sent to this new town, and this guy is like your guardian. He's like, I'm here to take care of you, but you're a juvie. Like they make you feel like an asshole for stopping like a sexual assault. Like straight up sexual assault. Like they don't hold anything back with this. And he makes you feel like an ass. Like everyone in the town makes you like you're this bad guy because you beat someone up.
Huh.
And like when you get in the car with him, he's like, usually I don't like guys sitting up front with me, but I'll make an exception. And like there's little weird just Japanese things in this, like for example, he comes out of the train stop, and that's a whole other thing. Like there's a train schedule, and you have to get on certain times anyway. You get out of the train station. So literally, you go from your house, you go to the train station, you get on the train, you get off in a certain area, and then you have to cross over to another train, and you have to get on that train and then take that train to the town, and then you get out, and there's this, and then it cuts to like an anime scene. The girl next to you, obviously she's going to be like the love interest or something. The gym teacher pulls up, and he asks the girl if she needs a ride because she looks like she's getting wet, and he doesn't ask you if you want to get in the car and takes off. It's so weird. It's so absolutely weird. But that's just to give you an idea how fucking bizarre it is. That's how bizarre it is. Yeah, and that's the first 5 minutes of the game, so it's not spoiling much, but it just gets so weird from there. So absolutely bonkers. You wake up in a jail cell in the Velvet Room, and there's two twins with missing eyes on each side. I could go on, but it's weird. You're absolutely right. Persona is its own genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if any of that sounds interesting, go play it. It's got like I said, it's got high reviews. Go look at reviews for it. They'll do a way better job explaining it than I am. But if you like weird and different, dude, this is an old JRPGs, that you'll like it.
Nice.
Yeah. What else we got here?
We got some Uncharted: The Lost Legacy news. We finally got a release date for it. It's going to be August 22nd.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a $40 price tag.
Mm-hmm.
But, for as much content as they're promising that it has, alright.
Yeah.
Since I think they're still going with the whole, like, if you bought the Uncharted 4 season pass, then you still get this included.
Oh, that's cool.
I think. Now, I may be wrong, but I think I remember, like, that was how it was presented at the start. It's like, no, it's standalone DLC, but since it is still DLC, and, the season pass, I think, was $40.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
makes sense.
so that would totally make sense.
Yeah, that's a great deal.
But, good for them. Looks good. I'm all for it.
Yeah, it looks interesting. If it's a cool story, I'm glad they dropped it to 40 instead of like a $60 game. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm definitely down to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to take a quick break?
Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and do that before we get into our last run here.
Cool.
Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we'll see y'all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast here on the N.FM, and we had just gone through some Uncharted news. Have you heard about NBA Playgrounds?
Yeah. Apparently it's gonna be like an NBA Jam kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like they're going back to the arcade roots.
Dude, I want a wrestling game like this.
Well, I mean, the last one like that we got was WWE All-Stars.
I never played it.
Look, it's ridiculous and it's goofy and it's simplistic, but that's the point. Like, it is what you're talking about. It's an old, like, arcade style, like, This is, you hit somebody with a rock bottom and, you leap like 20 feet in the air and bounce them off the canvas. Like,
that's all I want.
Yeah, it's over the top. Yeah, go pull up some of that on YouTube, and it's like, oh yeah, this is just, it's exactly what it's exactly what this is. It's the NFL Blitz of WWE. Like, just is. It's exactly the arcadey kind of style that you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's perfect. $20. Yeah, I mean I don't even like basketball, but I love those kind of games.
Oh, NBA Jam was awesome. Like, I never liked basketball. I played the hell out of NBA Jam.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When it came back, as soon as it dropped, I was like, "Yep, I want the new one." You bet.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like I said, I don't want to take the spotlight off NBA Playgrounds, but fuck, man, I would love, like, there was a WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game by Midway, by like Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Creators, dude, give me a $20 one, especially like I talked about this last week with seeing Triple H's big thing, his big old statue moving around or whatever whenever he came out, and it was like he looked straight up like a video game, and I don't like how 2K17 or whatever is just so by the numbers and more like a simulator instead of a over the top, fun action game.
Yeah.
An arcade game. That's what I want. I want fucking I don't even know, like Bret Hart going crazy. Like remember, like Dink and Doink. I remember they pull out the big hand and stuff.
Right.
Just over the top, like Undertaker Lightning, somebody or whatever. I don't know. That's what I want. I want an over the top game.
Yeah, like he would actually hit people with a tombstone. Like, it was great. Like,
yeah, and it would work today. Like, it'd just be nuts with Jericho and everything else. And
yeah.
Oh man, it'd be fun. It'd be fun as hell. New Day, like I can imagine what they would do, like unicorns and shit.
Yeah, right? we can all imagine what they'd do.
Yeah, it'd be great. Like that would make a great game. And I hope they do that. I know they only really they have the one console game, right? They only really seem to venture off with like mobile.
Yeah.
Maybe they have some contract with 2K that they can't do anything else, but
it might be.
That's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame.
But oh well. But yeah, looking forward to this. Looks fun.
Yeah.
We got a couple. Well, really a game and a collection announced for Naruto. They're doing an actual new game. It's called Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Striker. It's gonna have 4-on-4 fights. It's gonna have a new art style. Cool, neat. All right, rock on. The one that I'm excited for though is the Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm what are they calling it? Legacy. Which is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're leaving out Generations, which is fine. Generations wasn't all that great. And it's going to have all the downloadable content.
Nice.
That's awesome. Because those games were great fighting games.
Yeah, I remember you telling me all about them.
Yeah, like they are fun fighting games. Even if you knew, like when I started playing them, I knew nothing about the series. Like I knew that it was a series. And it was about, like, oh, it's an anime, and it's, like, ninjas, and, like, there's some, like, Dragon Ball Z looking shit sometimes. Okay.
Right.
Like, that was all I knew. And I picked up, I started with the second one. I started with Ninja Storm 2. And I was like, dude, these are fun as hell.
It always looked to me like a mix between Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not entirely wrong. But because
there were, like, or maybe I remember, like, a big Ninetales, but I think that's Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, that's it.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it reminds me of like Dragon Ball Z, and then suddenly there's a Ninetales. I'm like, is that Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But like even if you don't care anything about the story, like the mechanics are solid. Like they are seriously good fighting games.
Nice.
So that's a plus. I will definitely pick that up. Especially because it's the first time that the first three are out on current gen.
Oh, that's cool.
So that will be awesome. And I'll get to go through and platinum all of those all over again.
There you go.
Done. Sold. Sign me up. Um, Speaking of collections, Jack and Daxter is getting an HD collection.
Why?
The first three games and the racing game are
What?
are coming to PS4 later this year.
Yeah, I have them on the Vita. They're not that good. They don't really hold up. Not good. Not good.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, hey, I'm sure there's an audience that wants to play some Jack and Daxter. It might be just like what the Crash is, where they're testing the waters to be like, hey, do people still like this? Is this something people want?
Right, exactly.
So if you want more Jack and Daxter, we'll go buy that.
That's it, man. And a sad day. In a sense, Mad Catz is no more.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that kind of bummed me out because I kind of thought they would be around forever.
Yeah. They were the ones where like if you want a little off controller, Mad Catz was you were rolling the dice because it was either a fantastic controller or it was terrible.
I remember my first Mad Catz anything was an old steering wheel and pedal setup for the PS1, and it worked for like a day, and then there was a wire or something that came loose in it, and it was just junk.
Yeah, mostly what I got from them, I think, were junk because they were always just a little bit cheaper than the regular PlayStation controllers, and it would always be a PlayStation controller I'd get for them. It was PS2 or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, well this is cheaper, and it was my second player controller. Anytime someone came over, I was like, you get that one.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. But didn't they like were they the ones that teamed up with like with Rock Band or something?
Yeah, they did all the Rock Band peripherals, and they were good.
Yeah, but I think maybe that's where it fell apart, where they're like, oh, this is going to go on forever. And then it didn't.
Yeah, I think that may have been their last gasp, too, because everybody else was doing their own peripherals now.
Right.
Like, they were doing their own thing, and then it became, because if you wanted a wheel setup like that back in the day, Sony didn't have their own.
Right.
They weren't making their own like that. Now they are. Like they're making their own peripherals now. So it's not that business is kind of gone.
Yeah.
So, but they in a weird way they'll be missed.
Yeah. Feel bad for the people who lost their jobs.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah.
But so another of our old childhood gaming institutions gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that'll do it for video game news. Let me see, before we get into wrestling, what else do we have here? We talked about Battlefront. I thought this tweet was interesting. Somebody tweeted at Brian Michael Bendis about the Spider-Men crossover from 4 years ago now, however long that's been. And they asked, are we ever going to find out who the main continuity Miles Morales is? Because they kind of teased that at the very end. Like, Peter just got on Google and searched Miles Morales and was like, no way! And then that was the end of that story. And Bendis tweeted back, you will this summer. So I was oh shit, we're finally going to get some payoff on that.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of hope he's a dick.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want him to be just I want him to be a villain. Like, I don't know why. It's not really the dichotomy of he was really good. He was Spider-Man on this earth, so he's a villain here. It's just, I don't know. I feel like if he was a heroic type person, it would just kind of be a letdown.
It's going to be super interesting, I think.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Did you hear about the Marvel Comics controversy with the new X-Men comic.
With the artist in the X-Men comic. Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, Adrian, how do you pronounce his last name?
What was it, Haif?
Haif, yeah. Put in like some anti-Semitic, anti-Christian references, with like, I don't know, a Korean verse. No, it was a Korean.
Quran verse, yeah.
Quran. Why am I saying Korean? Jesus. Get it together, Adam. No, but it was like it was an Indian, it was a translation, I guess. But I don't know. From what I was reading was that it was how, when something like that is spread out throughout the world, it's all translated differently a million times. And this guy took one of the translations and went crazy with it, and put it in the X-Men comic. Just totally inappropriate place to put it. Um, and it translated like, "Oh, you who believe." Basically, it was like, Jews and Christians should not be in charge, pretty much.
Yeah, that was what it boiled down to. Yeah.
Right. And that's a terrible translation for what I'm doing, but that's the simplest way I could put it. And you know what? I'm all for freedom of speech. Do it in your own book. Do it in your own comic.
Right.
Not in a comic where the X-Men, especially, that's where it was just like the X-Men of all comics.
Right. Of everything you could have picked, like, that was the most wrong one.
Yes, absolutely. And so he basically was like, my career's over, and you know what, dude? Well, you know what? You fucked up. Like,
yeah, no
this
shit.
is not where you should have drew your line and literally, I guess, and made your stand. Like, dude, do your own like indie comic and put your whatever you want on it, and have your own little audience for that. But yeah, Marvel and DC is not. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, like, it's crazy. Right now we have two Jewish-led X-Men teams. If you think about it, we have one led um, uh, by Magneto and one by Kitty Pryde. So like, it's just so weird. Like, yeah, it's so odd. And apparently, like, they're going after him. Like, he's not just losing his job, but I think he's probably being sued for what he did. So
yeah, well,
yeah, it's not pretty, but that's been all over the news.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, Marvel needs to get it together.
Yeah.
Really. But yeah, I've been excited about, like, okay, we're getting some of the X-Men back, and we're like getting a little bit back to the roots. And I was like, oh, that controversy just kind of like put a in it. It wasn't even that good either. The comic was just nonsense.
Yeah, it was like there really was just no point to it.
Yeah. I thought, like, okay, we're getting back to the X-Men, and but no, that one sucked. So hopefully maybe the blue team's good. Maybe X-Force is good. We'll see. One of them should be good. Usually at least one of the X-Men series is good, and I gravitate towards and stick with it.
Yeah.
How are you doing with Amazing Spider-Man?
I am still mired back in these comics have not aged well age. Like,
it's rough. It's so rough.
It's tough, man. It is so tough.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into like 80s X-Men and 90s X-Men. 'Cause that's when it's just like the roof's blown off the top.
Yeah.
It's just fun as hell. What else we got here? Oh yeah, we talked about Celebration. I can't wait to do that. I'm gonna meet, I don't know. I might pay a shitload of money and start meeting like Luke or something like that. All really depends how much I decide to spend. But I can't wait just to be, because I have like a lot of friends coming into town that moved away, where they're like, oh yeah, my buddy met hold on, let me go on Facebook real fast. The creator of Clone Wars.
Oh yeah.
On the plane.
Nice.
Yeah, he flew in here. And hold on, he's like, oh, hold on. Oh, Facebook's the worst. You know when you want to go? Oh yeah, okay. Just got to, where it's like recent stories and stories you missed. And it's like, wait a second, I want the most recent up top.
Yeah.
Anyway, just met Dave Filoni. After a craptacular flight. What a super nice guy. And I talked to him. I was like, that's so fucking cool.
Nice.
He had the hat on and everything.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Well, let's talk about wrestling.
Yeah, real quick. They did announce they are doing a women's tournament sometime this summer.
Yep.
It's going to be 32 competitors. They're going to be from all over the globe. That's great. Awesome. Can't wait. If it's anything like the UK tournament, it's going to be amazing because that was just phenomenal. It was so good. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. The Cruiserweight too.
And the Cruiserweight Classic, which turned into 205 Live and promptly tanked.
Mm-hmm.
Because now all of a sudden they don't have the freedom they need to be cruiserweights anymore.
Right.
But, that's just a sad waste of talent. And then we had the Superstar Shakeup this week, which was great for Raw and sucked for SmackDown.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for SmackDown.
Yeah, because everybody left.
Yeah, and they didn't really get anybody.
No, I mean, to be fair, they got Sami Zayn and it'll be Kevin Owens.
It's Kevin Owens' show. But I'm glad at least they kept AJ.
Yeah.
They have Nakamura. Apparently they're going to, from what I've been hearing, they're going to push him like for the Cena spot.
Well,
go
Give
for
him
it. All the belts.
Yeah.
Did you see him? Did you see him this week?
Yeah.
Well, he's like, I am Shinsuke Nakamura.
Like, and they were just, and it was just like, that's it. That's all he had to say.
Yeah. Like, and he's all like blinking at him, and it's so cool, so weird. Everyone's chanting his name. Everyone's up on their feet. That's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him and AJ because they're going to be the top.
Oh, that's going to be and that's if their match is anything like it was in New Japan, Katie bar the door, like that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, take the belt off Randy, give it to one of those two. Take the belt off Brock and give it to someone new.
Yeah, give Braun all the belts.
Yes, Braun needs the belt. Like imagine if a year ago someone was like, "Hey, Braun Strowman should have the belt." You'd be like, "What?"
You'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like
now he's the most over anybody.
Wait until Braun Strowman is the biggest babyface in the entire wrestling world.
And he is right now. He's not doing anything mean to anyone except Roman Reigns. Everyone is on his team.
And that's the problem. Had that been anybody else, it would have been like, oh, we felt such sympathy. He got destroyed. Like when Big Show did that kind of thing to Rey Mysterio. You were like, oh my God, Rey, how dare you, Big Show, boo. But everybody's like, you deserve it.
Oh, dude, like I saw the memes of, like the ones with Jesus, like Jesus is with you and stuff. Yeah. What was the Undertaker?
The Undertaker, yes.
It's perfect because everyone wants to see Roman just buried.
Yeah, except he's gonna come back and they're gonna have like some kind of no holds barred match and Roman's gonna beat him. And
from what I understand, he's going to beat Roman. At least that's what Dave Meltzer and all of them was saying that him they're going to be in a thing together and Ron's going to go over because they want him to go over. I'm sure Roman will get his thing at the end of the year at Mania, but I think it would be stupid to bury him again.
Believe that when I see it.
Well, now it makes sense. He's going to be injured when he comes back, so he's not going to be Superman. So he's going to be weak, and I would love to see Braun go over him and then go after Brock. Because that's going to be a fucking match.
Yeah, but it's going to be, he's driven by anger and rage, and that's, he's rested up enough where he can survive, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be Super Cena all over again.
Do the right thing.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, surprise people.
Yeah, right. But, all right, I think we're going to wrap it up here. One bit of extra housekeeping news. I know we're coming up on 100 episodes. And so we're looking at some new merch options. We should have some news on that. Check our Facebook page and Twitter and everything maybe in the next week-ish. Hopefully by the next episode we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But keep your eyes peeled for that. It's going to be awesome. Little commemorative stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, can you believe we're coming up on 100 episodes, man?
It's insane.
That's nuts. But yeah, you've been listening to We Geek Podcast here on the N.FM. We are here every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. Make sure you stick around and check out their other programming. You can find us on Twitter at We Geek Podcast. I am at The Logan Witt. Adam is at Adam Estep. Any comments, questions, concerns, you can find our Facebook group. You can also email us, wegeekpodcast@gmail.com. Go to iTunes, where hopefully you're subscribed to us as well, and give us a review and a rating. That way we can see the more ratings and reviews we get, then we can start seeing the feedback on iTunes, which is always welcome. I'm trying to think, but I'm pretty sure that's it.
You got it.
Captain?
Captain.